Hi guys, hello, welcome back to City Skylines, me Luton. Here we are, we're back in Aurora. And last time we were fixing up our little road junction down here, which is happily complete. We've made the little tweaks necessary to get that all functioning and stuff, it's all good. So that's working, and we really need to wait to a nice daytime period so we can see actually how the rush hour is going to function there. But in the meanwhile, we've got very high demand for residential, which takes us back to the Royal Borough of Zine. So we can start kind of filling in this side of town. I'm going to keep working on my kind of low-end residential down here. So we're going to just keep building this in. This is obviously the smarter part of town. We do need to get some of our... I'm going to fill in this bit here. Or am I? No. Not that bit. I'm going to leave off some of these bits because... I don't think they would. Yeah, I don't think they would have any. I don't think they would have any buildings there. To that end, we could actually disable that, I think. So this is a cool little tool. It basically enables you to disable zoning on some of these road sections, and I've shown this before. It's a very, very useful tool. Let's have a look. Where else? Again, I don't think we would necessarily have any there, but that will turn it off on this side, so it's fine. We'll keep with that. So what other towns do you play, or is it just Aurora? Well, right now it's just Aurora, and you can tell because it's pretty bloody massive. This is only one element of the kind of streaming and YouTube production that I do, so we don't tend to play multiple cities at one time. We tend to just stick with the one. As you can see, this one's quite large. It's been going on for some time. We've got some outlying communities. The next build that I'm going to do after this one will be basically it's a full build like of a map that I've been doing, a custom map. I'm going to get into that. It's going to have a totally different theme. So the next build we're going to do is not going to be like this heavy cityscape. The next one that we're going to be doing is going to be more aesthetic. It's going to be more about railway, and it's going to be more about like rural town communities. That's what we're going to be going for on the next build. And the other thing with that next build is that no, not Altoona, it's a different map. Altoona is another map that I made, a custom map. You can download that yourself from my Steam workshop. There's a video I made about that one as well. This is another new map which is not complete yet, but the theme is going to be rural towns with railway connections. It's also going to be, the theme is going to be more aesthetic, make it more beautiful. But the other theme is going to be basically smaller towns. Now, I'm still going to try and do it in the live game. I'm not going to be doing like Infinity Money. I'm going to be trying to do it in the live game. But what I will do, I think with the next one, I will... something I haven't done before, which is I'll still play it in the live game in terms of making money and making the city run like that, and the city having requirements and so on and so on. But I think what we will do is I will probably start with all grid squares unlocked, and I also think I'll start with all progression unlocked, so that we can be much more custom about the communities we make. Now, we've not done that on any of my playthroughs so far. Okay, I've not done that on any playthroughs so far, but I think I'm going to give that a chance on the next one. I'm going to see how it goes. I think it'll be interesting. It'll be good fun. Right. Sorry, anyway. Junction's working well. Right, we've made a small dent in our residential. We still should keep expanding Escobar a little bit over here as well, so I'm going to keep expanding our communities here. Let's just get that in. We need to develop this better in terms of roads, obviously. We should also go have a little look and see what's happening with Timberjay Park, although it's actually looking pretty solid. Wasabi Town, I think, is about the limit. We do have a bit more space to build from, but I don't want to go too far with that one. We could start getting a Highland Park in the mix, which we haven't until now. But the rest of the, the big community in the borough of Zine is coming together really well, so I don't think we want to be building that other stuff too soon. Oh, that's our emergency shelter right there. So this is good. We're doing like all low-level residential right here. Just keep building this in. You can see we've smashed our residential demand right there. It's okay. Right, there we go. Okay, well, let's have a look at this. So this was our very interesting triangular shaped section of town. It's actually coming together really nicely. I was a little unsure about how this section of town was going to play out and whether indeed it was going to actually work at all. But it's actually like, remember education, LT? Yeah, I do need to check education for this area. But yeah, I was unsure as to how well this this area of town was going to work at all. It's actually working very well. Not sure I'm too happy about this parking on the roads here though. It's not too bad, but it's a little bit of a mess, right? I'd like to think that these road sections here would be kept sort of cleaner, but we'll see how we go. Also, the area we need to develop is in here. This, of course, needs to be filled in with trees and parks, and some of this needs to be concrete and so on and so on. So we're going to work all this stuff in right here. What's this? Remember education, LT? Yep, I do need to do. What are we talking about in the stream? OBS. Well, because of the way Skylines is built, you can actually tab to OBS in Skylines, and you don't need to like exit out of the game. It just kind of will pop up on screen for you. And yeah, you can record and stream at the same time with OBS. You don't need to run it twice. This junction here is becoming ever more a problem. And also, look at this right here. This is ever more a problem. We need to resolve this today. Enough is enough. It's become too problematic. There is way too much. Now the question is, how do we resolve this? Well, I suppose we have one roundabout here. Now that we've actually unlocked this access, it would make more sense for us to utilise this roundabout than it would... Okay, easy solution. Get rid of that. Easy solution here, guys. Then we'll just take a small 4-lane road. Just going to come out over here. Next down to the roundabout. Problem solved. And this is just a national road, which I will connect. I will connect this back up. Don't worry. We'll just take a national road. This also could do with expanding a little bit, this roundabout. Before I build that national road, I'm just going to expand this a little because this roundabout is small. This roundabout needs to handle more traffic. So let's just wind all of this back a little bit. Right, let's make a 3-lane roundabout. And let's make it a little bit bigger. Calm down, alright, I'm going to fix it. I don't know if that's much bigger. Oh, that's interesting. They were using like a 2-lane road to go on and off of the... I don't like that at all. I suppose that works actually quite well though. Like have like an on and off ramp and just have a 2-lane road kind of going on and off of it. That does work, but you don't have... Oh, I see. And then he's using like another road junction around that way, like to kind of come around. I actually kind of like that. That does work quite well. It's not really that smooth, but I mean it does kind of work. Right. So this what? Do modern intersections. What does that mean? Luton's easy solution. Hold on to your horses. No, sharp. It's gonna be fine. Don't panic. Right, we can still get that going on. Let's have a look here. There's nothing wrong with my elegant road solutions, I will have you know. Thank you very much. I often think that I could have been a city manager in real life. You know, in charge of your city's road systems. You know, I think I'd have been very good at that. Absolutely. What could go wrong, guys, right? What could go wrong? Right. So now I'm just going to make this a little bit... We're getting complicated with the roundabouts. Not really. It's all very straightforward. Right, I'm just going to make this very vaguely a little bit sort of more roundabout-ish. I wish that at some point in the near future they will make some kind of tool which just enables you to make a perfect roundabout every time. Like some kind of circle road tool. It's like, I know, like, if I spent the time, I could, from scratch, get it right. And I know there's that thing where you can do, like, a grid and then join them up, and it kind of works. I know. But I just kind of somewhat can't be bothered with that. And usually, I can just kind of mess around with it like this, and it's good enough. Yeah, that's alright. This is not quite perfect. This needs to be a bit tighter. That's alright. What's wrong with that? It's fine. Roundabouts are life. They are. They are. A10, inappropriate airstrike coming in. Makes no sense in this stream, but that's fine. I'm just going with the abstractness. Blue Adder for 10. Keep up the good road work. Thank you very much, Blue Adder. Welcome to you. Hope you're doing very well. Luton, you can build your own roundabouts in the asset editor. Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. But the trouble is with the roundabout is you need to kind of always kind of scale it in different sizes. So, No roads can go wrong when they're managed by Luton, except for flooding. What? I haven't had any roads which caused flooding. I've had roads that were flooded, but that's all. That's a different thing entirely. Right, let's get this going on. So we just need to connect that up. That's sorted. We just need to do some national roads as well, which I'm going to do kind of like this style. Problem solved. And then also we need to do this one, which also... I'm actually going to have that also come in like a weird kind of right angle, guys. Although now I look at it, this is definitely becoming more of an egg. This needs to go out here like this more. And this needs to do that or something. What's happening? Hold on. Enough of this stupid crap. Like, this bit's all fine. It's here where it goes bonkers. This is where, like, when I say, like, our next build is going to be more aesthetic, everyone's like, ha ha ha, why do you make jokes so much, Luton? It's like, no, really. It's going to be... Okay, right, that's better, right? That's better. That's better than it was before. It's still not a perfect circle, but it's better than it was before. It's an egg bout. Yes, exactly. It's better than it was. Calm down. Right, another national road. Problem solved. This is definitely an egg bout. We have had there's another one somewhere which is more of an egg bout. Thing is, you can get it better again. You just got to tweak it around. Like, see, it's a little bit better already. It's because when you add those other roads on, they kind of forcefully make it less round. Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay, this should work just fine. I was also just going to tweak that a little bit. Oh, God, not like that, though. Just like that. Okay, good. Right, so now the traffic to and from town can get a direct link to the roundabout, and the traffic going to the industry stuff here will have a completely separate route. So that should benefit us greatly. Yeah, the only question is, yes, okay, there is one other question, which is what do we do with this junction? Well, I think what we should do with this junction is simultaneously link it into this road. Okay, so we're just going to add like another road, and I don't think this will cause a problem, he says. Well, technically that traffic could... No, actually no, we don't need to change anything, because if that traffic wants to get to somewhere, they can just go down through here, and problem, you know, it's still going to get to where it needs to go to, so it's fine. I don't know why some traffic is still going down this road though. I think what I might do is just move some of this. I'm just going to move some of this around a little bit here, and I'm going to get rid of that road. Okay, and then I'm just going to delete this section here. There we go. Okay, brilliant. problem solved. So that will stop that road backing up with traffic, and it should make everything just a lot smoother, a lot cleaner here. I just want to ensure that... See, this is why I don't like these 2 lanes here, because it doesn't work when you're going on and off. Really, this would be better as a 6 lane. That would be better like that. Because then you got more space. I'll fix these bits as well, don't worry. Because there's a lot of traffic coming on and off there. And it'll work better like this. The only problem is that these bits right here, but again, I feel like, well, because it's 3 on and off, we could technically just use the full highway. Like that. Just use the full highway section, but I don't think this road will like that. I don't think we can even really get away with 2. But I might try for 2. Trouble is, 2 don't like merging. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Could do with a little bit of jiggering around a little bit just to get this working a bit better. That's copeable. I'm just trying to see whether I can kind of somehow move this. Just to make that not be so glitchy, but... That's not too bad, I suppose. Let's just do this as well, look. Yeah, what about that? What about that? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Easy looting solutions, yeah. Also, what we need to do, guys, is look, just lower this down a little bit here. Just lower this road down a little bit. It's a bit too much. About there. This could actually do with coming up a little bit. See what I mean with some of these nodes, though? It's like the node is not quite right. It's like it just lowers the node and it's not quite right there. It's, I don't know. Yeah, roundabouts are an amazing invention, and I'm very pleased that we have them in the UK. See, look at this. Like, see, look, it's raising that bit, but it's not raising this bit. It's very strange. It's almost like, see, these 2 bits here almost need to come down a little bit. But then it's sort of too much. It's annoying, right? See, look, it's just like a very, very adverse camber here. And it's like, if I bring that up, it won't raise the road up, look. Unless you go really extreme with it like there, which is not what you want to do. And then it's like, you can't raise just that bit up, so... There you go. That's maybe the best we're going to get. Alright, okay. I feel like we have improved things there. It's not perfect, but I feel like it's a better situation than we were in before, right? Here comes one of our nice rail trains. This is what I love about this section of town. Just all the roads, all the rail and stuff going on here. But we're still in a kind of plain, vast... Okay, but this is working nice, right? This whole junction area is working better. And it should mean cleaner roads. You can see straight away. We've got cleaner roads in this section now, which I feel much better about. Okay, good. I feel like it's getting night again way too early. Or it feels like it's starting to get towards night. Let's see how our housing is doing over here. It's looking very good indeed. Very good indeed. We've got like heavy... And we happily haven't had a huge demand. Now let's have a look at education in this area. Yeah, as we suspected, we pretty much only have like one small little high school. I also wanted to check on where our garbage collection facilities were down here. I think it was over here somewhere. So yeah, let's get some more schools going on here, guys. I'm going to get a realistic elementary school. I'm going to get it down over here, look like this. That should make everybody very happy there. And over here, because we're a slightly smarter area of town, we're going to get the little Wahronga Elementary School. And I can probably get this in just here. Yep, there we go. That'll make those guys very happy. I'm surprised at how poor I'm surprised at how poor a graduation rate they've got for elementary school here when they got this guy right in the mix. Let's have a look at where our... actually, also, let's have a look at our sewage treatment. We need to improve our sewage treatment. We need to do that. Let's have a look at our garbage collection. So where is the nearest one? Yeah, down here. Look. So how are they having... It could just be sheer quantity. Let me just look at budgets. I feel like we could push up lower residential by 11%. Not that we need to, but it might help us out a little bit. Budget's good. We obviously aim for more pickups at night. I might just push that to like 40% at night. See if we can't get some more guys out there. Getting a little bit of train backup coming here down to the port, but it's all good. That ship is playing fast and loose with its balancing. I do love these freight rails coming in here. They are epic. Right, so we've got our schools down in this one. Yeah, I always check in on my services from time to time. Electricity is good, water is good except for the sewage. Healthcare, we need to get some more healthcare down here as well. That's 100% something we need to do. We've got the private healthcare right there, which provides a lot of healthcare. I think what I will do is I'll get some smaller clinics and stuff going on here. We'll get a medium-sized clinic going on down here, I feel. Let's just get that in there. Make those guys very happy. We'll get a pharmacy in here as well, because why not? I'm going to get a pharmacy here on the corner of this part of town, and we'll get some Cleakerson's healthcare going on as well. We'll just get a little Cleakerson's down this side of town. And we got a couple of Cleakerson's over there. That should be more than enough, I would have thought, for now over there. Wasabi Town could do with a little bit more as well. I'm actually going to get a couple of clinics in over here. Let's get a shorefront clinic. The little Cleakerson's, this is a little mod, Cleakerson's Healthcare. Great little one. It's like a small scale, it's balanced really good. It's just like a small scale little healthcare clinic area, and it works extremely well. I'm just giving a little scout around the rest of the areas here. There is some big healthcare stuff. It looks like these guys are not covered, but they really are covered, although there is enough stuff in that area that should be absolutely fine. Yeah, Escobar Gorge, I did have a feeling, oh Christ, we've got a water shortage and I did not notice. Over here, we haven't sort of put much down in this area at all. I actually feel like a UK medical practice could go down well here. Let's get that in. Let's get that in. And also, we could maybe have like a little pharmacy or something somewhere around here. We'd have to replace some buildings for that, so I'm going to leave it just for now. We do need to perhaps improve in this area. Let's look at fire coverage. It's actually pretty decent over there. Still, strangely, Pack District, very poor fire coverage. Which I think is down to this was not really upgraded ever since we started the city. I think if I just get another SimCity Fire Department somewhere around here, it will help us out. The whole one-way system here is an issue, though. I think if I just get it in on that, that might assist that area. Yeah, like, see, there we go. Straight away sorting that out. There's a little bit of an issue over here as well, but nothing too bad. Koala Town is okay. Narcley surprisingly okay. Yeah, Borough of Zine, as I figured, fire department, they need more fire. Need more fire service. They have got a quite big fire department over there, which covers the industry and Wasabi, and they have got a good fire department here, but it's these kind of more internal areas. I think we could really do with some big fire departments here. So again, we'll go for the Stansted station right here. We'll get it just on this hub. That provides a lot of fire coverage. That's 10 fire engines. It's actually the one from UK Stansted Airport. And then over here, I think we'll just get another SimCity fire station in, which should provide more than enough coverage we need for that whole area. There we go, straight away going in the blue. And down this end of town here, because again they are covered from this, but we could probably do with something just like a local station, or this one, the firehouse here. It's just 4 engines, but 4 engines should be enough. We'll just get that in. That should cover that side there. So yeah, okay, that's good. That's our fire services covered. Then we've got huge residential demand yet again. Death care, Luton. Okay, let's look at death care. I think death care has generally been okay. Yeah, look, see, death care, surprisingly well catered for. I don't see anywhere which is like crying out for death care. We've got some big cemetery stuff going on over there. It's all generally pretty good. Yeah, the only place we would worry about it is Borough of Zine. And we have got the very large, this is a large crematorium going on here. So we've got the advanced crematorium. Hers is a 6 out of 25. So we will keep an eye on it, but basically our big crematorium there should be able to cover most of this area. So we'll keep an eye on that and see how we go. We could do with something on the other side, basically. Right, more residential. We still have huge residential demand, and this gives us an opportunity to build up the Borough of Zine. So let's keep getting some of our big buildings in here, guys. We didn't fill this out fully before. I'm actually going to now fill in this side of town, and I'm also going to fill in this side of town. So we've got a lot of stuff going on here. Now we do need to get some leisure. That's one thing that we haven't had going on over here. We haven't had so much leisure. There's a good opportunity for some here. There's some good opportunity to get some smaller ones down as well. That should hit our residential demand pretty hard. Policing. These guys got some policing issues. That was the one service that people didn't shout out. You can actually see we are actually pretty bad for police in the Borough of Zine. So actually we do need to get that in. I think though we just have a standard police station right here that should solve those problems. But over here as well, not so much going on. Let's have a look. I think again we could get away with just have another big police station in there, and maybe we'll just have. So what else we have? Maybe we can just get away with. There's police headquarters. We might get away with what's this one here? Oh, it's a police box. A Koban police box for this area of town I think would work absolutely fine. So let's get a Koban police box in. Wasabi Town is small, doesn't really require too much. I think everything else should be covered. Yeah, there's no big worries with police over on this side of town. It's all good. Okay, Luna's reminder, reload the American road skin. Oh, crap. Yeah, I forgot about that. You have to do it every time, and I forgot. It's not worth it at this point. We've missed that for like 2 episodes, so I'm sorry I forgot about that. I keep forgetting about that bloody American road skin. But seeing as I've not done it for these 2 episodes, we'll just do without it. I must remember to do that every single time. Man, there's some mass upgrading happening, guys. Look at this. Jesus, look at this. Look at the upgrading. Look at the upgrading. Look. Never seen anything like it. Look at how much upgrading is going on, guys. Wow. So much upgrading, so quick. Let's speed it up. Look at this. It's hilarious. It's literally just like... boop, 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 boop. Oh my god. So much upgrading. This is absolutely fantastic. I don't think I've ever seen so much being built in such a short amount of time. Did you finish the education? Yeah, we put some education in. So much upgrading going on. Yeah, for the schooling, we just put this one right here. We just put the Wronga Elementary School, which covers this side of town, and then we just put over here a realistic elementary school, which covers all of that stuff there. So we've got that covered. Damn, huge amount of upgrading though for the Royal Borough of Zane. Yeah, this always happens when I put parks down. We haven't even got to the parks. These people are going to lose their minds when we start putting parks down. They're going to just go bonkers for it, which we're going to do right now. So let's get some parks in here. What are we going to have? Let's get the family park in. So again, I've left some space in the middle here so that we can actually put a few little parks and stuff in the middle. So I have a family park, look right here. And then over here we could get, let's have a look. There's the Oak Park Small, which is not small. Let's have a look where we could put that. Yeah, right here. Oak Park right there. There's a walkway right here. We can actually put walkway, I think, maybe all the way along this little bit. So we just get a little walkway section there. This is a great one. This is like a little picnic bench sort of area. So again, we can get some have a picnic by the big road roundabout. Why not? So, but we can get several of these little picnic benches in here. People love it. So we can just kind of make these areas kind of good for everyone. And then what if we want to do like the dog park if I can find it. Is it this? No, Irongate Park. Ding 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 ding. There is the Japanese garden. This is like upgraded clock right now. Japanese garden, get it down by the offices, I think. Yeah? Get the Japanese garden down by the offices. They love that. The guy's going for that. Where is the dog park? Oh, here it is. Look, we can get a little dog park down over here as well. A little bit of happiness. People bring their dog to work. Go for that. Seriously, rewatch that the buildings got shorter. Well, they might have. Some of the buildings may have gotten shorter, but maybe they are just kind of, you know, much better. In we're also missing a bit of leisure going on down in Timajay Park. So I'm also going to smash a dog. We'll smash a dog park in there. Smash it in. Where else have we got leisure lapses? Escobar Gorge has got a big lapse in leisure. They need to have some leisure going on. Oak District also has very little leisure going on. Let's have a look. What can we put in Oak District that would be appropriate? A small park with parking. That's literally... They should go bonkers for that over there. By the way, guys, there are 1, 2, 3 whole new sections which are not named. So if you're sub and you want a new section, okay, 3 new districts. Olive Hills is going to be forestry. Barlow Park, that's our ore mining and rail freight terminal. And Oak District over here is like the small community which is covering for that. So if any of you guys want that one... You know, they're circular parks. Not that I'm really aware of, no. But they could be visually and then still be on the grid system that we have right now. But otherwise, no. Tiki Bar, I always put the Tiki Bar down for the offices, down on the shoreline, like right here. And this is going to be no different, so I'm going to put that right there. I always put that in for the offices because I figure they want to go for a little drink after work, working hard at the office or something like this. Lagonics, we'll take one. Okay, which area would you like Lagonics? Would you like the as yet undeveloped forestry? Would you like the small rural town? Or would you like the interesting ore and whatever, yeah, freight terminal? Which, here's a train, look guys, coming to our freight terminal. Just coming up through the hills. That is a big train. I'm a big fan of this freight terminal section. The rail place, of course you want the rail place. Of course, the rail place. Okay, so we're going to have, this is not going to be Barlow Park, this is going to be, although actually the rail freight section itself is not named, but no, stream is still operational, it's all good. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Logonics. I'm actually going to, I've said this for a while now, sometimes things don't actually require, so I'm going to just do that. So I'm going to name this just specifically for what it is. So I think we can actually start having monuments and all these kind of things. With that speed, train realistically should slide down, I believe. Oh, I don't think so, Domo. Logonics. There we are. Logonics Terminus. So that's where we're going to be. I was just trying to think whether I want to call it like freight terminal or something, but no, I think we'll go with that, that's fine. Trains can't do slopes, I believe, unless they have enough speed. Wrong. There are many trains around the world who have various means for going up and down sort of bits and pieces like this, so... yeah, no. And also trains can go up any small incline. That's why the incline's always very gentle. So they can go up these. I'm going to fix this because it's annoying the crap out of me. Even if it means that I have to actually like dismantle this and redo it. It's just irritating. Something has to give here. Just super annoying, like this stupid bump. There we go. That is a little better. It's like, why can't it be straight? It's so annoying. Very irritating, this. I don't want it to be like all bumpy like that. It needs to be nice and straight. I think there's going to be no way... This was obviously what happened after the earthquake and it kind of screwed everything up. I think the only way I can do this is to just redo it. And it's the only way we're going to get it smooth again. That bit's okay. It's this bit here that's the problem. So all we need to do, I think, is just build from there to there. So what are we at here? I don't know what height we're at there, that's the trouble. 16 meters. So if we come up to 16, do we even need to? Elevation step. Oh, that's just how much we go up at a time. We're already at 16, do this. So now if I just come out like here, okay, there we go. Yeah, see, even that has dipped weirdly, right? So this. And it's so annoying. It still does just not want to behave. Okay, there's not much we can do there. So, let's take it from there. Let's just extend this slightly. Okay, and then we're going to have to come down. See, that's actually, we should have, what we should do is we should come down a bit further. So we should drop this down. We should drop this down another 8 meters. Maybe even more. To about there. That's too much now. Okay, I've got a different idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this small section here, which is at 12 meters. I'm just going to build this forward a little bit to about here, like that. Okay, and then what we will do is I'm going to get rid of this. And then I'm just going to build straight from there to there. Okay, better. Fuck's sake, man. It still will not obey. This is just like so irritating. I feel like it's maybe as good as I'm going to get it. Just this could do with dropping down almost. It's like that. It just needs to come down a little bit. Well, it's not the end of the world. By far. I can cope with it. I can live with it. But I would prefer if it worked a little bit better. Man, there are some long trains coming out here today. Seriously. Yay, my intercity decal is working. I added new decals for the trains, and I hadn't seen one yet, but this is an intercity passenger train that I'm extremely happy to see is functioning properly. Intercity was it's a UK train which ran for a long time when I was a kid. There he goes. Oh, it looks awesome. That looks super awesome. I'm excited about that. Very, very happy about that. Right, anyway. Yeah, you can see. Look, let's take a ride on our freight train coming in here, guys. I'm a big fan of this. I can't wait I can't wait to do our next playthrough, guys, where we actually get to do a lot more of the kind of rural train stuff going on. It's going to be really, really awesome. What's that, Domo? Oh yeah, the thing below the stream where people can like buy games and stuff. Yeah, I also think that it's a really good system, because I think that, yeah, obviously I'm going to say that to a point, but no, Domo is saying that it's a good legitimate way that streamers can make a little bit of a profit to support what they do, and it's cutting out like bullshit from like G2A and stuff like that, and I do think that is like a really positive thing. But is it really smart to buy from Twitch? Sure, you'll support the streamer, but what if you have problems? Will they be as helpful as Steam? It's no different than anything else, though, is it really? Do you know what I mean? It's no different than... there's no reason why they shouldn't be helpful. So it's only going to be liked from Amazon and stuff. And, you know, generally, actually, whilst I've had issues with Amazon in terms of delivery, the actual customer service I've ever had from Amazon has, by and large, been actually pretty good. So I would actually say I think it's pretty decent. Right, 2 more sections are up for grabs, guys, as we come up towards the end of this episode today. And our residential is still exploding. Lagonix Terminus. There's a big old train. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Is there any more trains coming up here? No. Let's see what other trains are coming in. Here goes another intercity, guys. Very pleased. By the way, guys, you might not have seen before, but look, I actually beautified this tunnel entrance, which I was very pleased about, so that we can watch the intercity train coming in. There it goes. Also, I added. There was another. This was another rail. This is another British train here. This is an industry. Another British train there. There's a huge variety of trains on the network right now, which is really cool. We should see that intercity train coming up. Yeah, here he goes. Where is he going towards? Is he going to the station here? Hope so. Yes. See him come in, look. Very cool. These were the trains I used to ride when I was a kid, and I love them. They're absolutely epic. They are incredibly loud in real life, like so loud, it's unreal. Brilliant. Fantastic. Okay, everything is looking awesome, guys. Residential, we need to get some more in. We never ever seem to cease having residential demand at the moment. It's just non-stop forever. But let's get some in. Things are looking good with our parks and stuff down here. Right, so yeah, let's keep expanding this area of town. I'm definitely going to get some like more leisure stuff going on here, but for now, this is just suburbia, really. Just suburban parts of town. It's the nice, quieter little part of town, look. Yeah, it's looking nice, looking really good. Damn, look at the size of this rail coming in here. Huge, huge coal train. I think this is like the most insane, bonkers length of train that we have. Like, it's totally insane how long this train is. And I actually kind of love it for that factor. This is going to look awesome coming into the harbour. I marvel at the train stuff. I'm very excited about it. Okay, go. First loot in stream after going on my trip. Hello from Japan. It's 10:50 over here. I love that. I love that when you go travelling and you're in the world, you can watch streamers and you catch them at like really obscure times of the day. Yeah, that is a lot of coal. Seriously. I'm very pleased with our kind of freight terminal down here, though. I think it looks really good as a kind of industry section. Like, the whole thing just works very well. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's happening? What's happening? It's obviously having to kind of like transmute itself onto the track. See, this is the trouble with these. The trouble with these super long trains is you get these kind of weird things going on. This one's no different. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of these incredibly long trains. I might sort of disable those from those stations, I think. Valenia, can we check my drilling? They might have run out of oil by now. Yeah, let's have a look at the Valenia drilling over here. Let's actually have a look how we're doing with the oil. They have run out of oil. Okay, but they still seem to be very successful. But, yeah, we should definitely expand. What's this guy saying? Not enough raw materials, yeah. So we should shut that down and expand up this next area over here. So let's get some little streets in on this. Let's just look where our raw materials are. Oh, we've got to go right out into this area over here as well. This is going to get more problematic as we go along. This is going to have to kind of bend around here. Then maybe create like some kind of a tiering across there. Yeah, we can see kind of where all the oil lies right here. Okay, there we are. So we've got a few sections that we can build off of. Right, so let's expand the area here. So Valenia drilling is going to have to kind of come out and into this area really, like this. And we've got enough space where we can be a bit sort of free about how we lay out the shape of our drilling section. To be fair, they kind of own all this territory, so we should just fill that in. Okay. Damn, still that residential demand. Okay, so yeah, so now that's there, we can just start laying in a bit more of this. So let's just get some drilling happening to start with there. And across here as well. Right, so we'll start with that. They're going to need water, obviously, so let's get water over here. And they will also need electricity. So we should get some pylons or something going across here. Let's just use our small pylons again. There we are, that's connected up. Right, we can probably shut down some of this stuff now. We'll keep an eye on it, providing they're actually still saying they're working fine, we'll leave them running. But if they are running out of resources, like that guy, we'll just de-zone it, and then they should stop working. So that guy should shut down eventually. Anyway, let's see if we can just make a small dent in this residential demand before we can wrap up today. Even though we've been absolutely hammering the borough of Zine. Oh, one other thing that's way more important that we've got to do is we have to resolve our sewage management crisis, because this is going on right now. These guys are backing up as well. Garbage piling up. I don't feel like we've got big garbage issues, but look, landfill usage is 36%, incineration status, and that's right there. That's right there. I'll tell you what we'll do. We will make... Remember how we removed this road out before? This junction before? Well, I'm going to reinstate that junction. But that junction is going to be used only for waste management services. Only. So I'm going to come underground here. Alright. And then we're going to come along a little bit. And then we're going to come up. Like that. And actually we're not going to do that. I'm going to fix this up a little bit. Right, there we go. There's our compromise. Right, so this road here is only going to be used by waste services, and that's all. Maybe emergency services as well. So let's just fix that up. Where is it? Where is it? Vehicle restrictions. So, okay. I'm just going to do these two bits here. So basically, cars, no. Buses, no. I always forget which is, I think that's emergency services with the little light on top. And then recycling is that, so no heavy freight. Oh no, it's SOS, isn't it? That's taxis or whatever. Okay, so there we are, freight and SOS. So, recycling and SOS. Okay, so we'll do that one there. And then also we'll do the same here, so get rid of that. Now, although the bit in the middle has been left for whatever, I think I can still... Yeah. It shouldn't matter, but just for the sake of it, I'll do that. Right, so basically that will give them a means to more easily go from our rubbish sites through to this section here, okay? Also, it could be potentially because one of our landfill sites is full right now. So potentially we might need another. Or something anyway. Also, where is our incineration plant? Oh, it's right next door. Yeah. I was forgetting about that. So yeah, we do have a really big advanced incineration plant literally right next door to the other one, so they could literally just walk next door and move that stuff across there. So I hope that that will, yeah, there we are, look, so that's kind of resolved that straight away. So that's good. So we've got like a little service access road going through there. Yep, thanks guys if you're heading off. We're just wrapping up now anyway. Yeah, but our sewage crisis has not gone away. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get some newer looking stuff in. So we've been using these big clarifiers here, but I think we need to get some more modern stuff happening, and we've got a bit of space for it. So let's have a look at what we got. So we've got the water treatment pumps, and this other we've got the HXO water treatment plant. I'm going to get a couple of these going on, and I think I can actually get these alongside here. Like that. I'm actually going to get two in because we need to kind of have a big... This will give us a huge improvement. I'm just putting two in as well, just slightly for aesthetic reasons, okay? And then I'll just connect this like that. There we go. Just let that kick into gear. There we go. Okay, and that kind of works together. This is like the whole sort of downtown water treatment plant, right? So that should boost us dramatically. Yeah, there we go. So we've got like... Actually, it's interesting that only two of those gave us like actually a relatively small increase. But let's just look at our tarmac area here, guys. So we might want to sort of also just like paint in a little bit of tarmac here. Now, yeah, there is a tarmac brush. I know. I think it's under... or brush or something. Yeah, there we are. Concrete. Concrete, not tarmac. So with this brush, it's quite good because you can basically straight line fill in these areas. I think I need prop anarchy maybe on. Or it's got to be... I thought we could lay these straight over one another. It might not be best for these areas, perhaps. See, there was me thinking you could just overlay them, but I think you've got to kind of be a little bit smart about kind of how you lay it in. But nonetheless, it kind of does the job. See, my thing is, should we just kind of fill in this whole area at this point? I can probably, what I can do is I can lay in some of the decals and stuff over that. But I think most of this area at this point should be almost concrete, because it's like it's all kind of this sort of industry stuff, you know. Road anarchy works better for fillers, does it? I think I kind of I did most of this area before now, actually, so it's kind of fairly tidy to this point. I think the only bit's kind of like here, but yeah, I think it's actually pretty good. I'm quite fine with it right now. The only thing is you might sort of put in some little decals and stuff just around this area, so it'd be like anything we might do is, like I say, just get some dirt or some stuff like this. Where is the one I used loads? There's beach, yeah, dirt. So this is quite good because it's this kind of same sort of texture almost. So you can get a few of these kind of going on here like this. And it's sort of... See, I find this one works the best for this kind of stuff. And you can have like rocks as well. So you can get that kind of like texture. So mixing those kind of textures together I think works quite well. You just kind of cover over this areas. It just kind of makes it a bit more natural. Thank you very much indeed, Xavier, for 3 months in a row. Welcome back, Xavier. Thank you very much indeed. Luton put in an airport. We're not doing that this episode, that's for sure. Maybe next time we will. Yeah, so like dropping these decals across here works quite well. I actually like it when you kind of get a bit of dirt onto the roads as well, because especially when it's kind of like these sort of industrial areas, I feel like that kind of makes sense, kind of works well. Haven't had any cracks and stuff for a while on some of these. So you can get these cracks right out here on the concrete. I quite like that. This almost this kind of drain colouring, I feel almost works very well here. Because it's not sort of dissimilar to the kind of watermarks we might have from some of this stuff going on. Trouble is having it kind of like, because it's not curved at all. But yeah, I don't know. We'll think about it for other times maybe. Yeah, it could work there. Trouble is though, you drop all this stuff down, but like how often do you really look at it? Only if you're doing like kind of showcases and stuff. I do want to fence this whole area off though. Right now it's just kind of open, so it needs to be fenced off properly, and I feel like again we could get some more containers and other bits and pieces down there, you know. Luton, are you considering playing City Skylines two days a stream a week? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that probably what I would do is the trouble is like because I don't just do one stream, like or sort of one genre of game, it's difficult for me to balance that time properly, because basically it's like if I invest more time in doing that one thing, it's like, yeah, it'd be really enjoyable and really great, but I would kind of like to almost prefer to do like a sole YouTube series for Skylines that I do off stream and then do one stream, because then before you know it, like, I mean, I have a schedule planned out for going full-time in the next, week, basically. And that schedule gets filled really quickly, because by the time you've had gameplay time, edited, streamed other stuff already, you run out of time before you know it. Like, you really do. Time goes so fast. So it's you think you have loads of time, but it just runs away from you really, really quickly. Right, let's just have a look where we can get some more residential in. And I think we're still back down to Borough of Zine right now. We've just been kind of building that up through this whole episode. We can start to, I think the only other areas are just kind of like around here by Escobar. So we might actually just, the last thing we do today might just be to kind of get some more of our little town elements going on here. I'm actually going to just do like that. So we might just kind of, yeah, get some more of these little rural roads and riverside stuff going on. We've been meaning to do this for a while. The roads. Luton, if you do put in an airport, you should find some rural type like grass landing strip if we have it. Yeah, maybe. My actual plan though, because the city is quite large, was to go like big airport. But whether or not it would be really warranted, I don't know. But we have an area where we're going to build the airport already. We know where we're going to build that. I'm just building this in a very kind of like, because this is supposed to be our sort of, this is more of a kind of like the rural town area. So I just want these to be a bit more loose in the build style, basically. So I'm usually quite deliberate in the randomness with which I build these things, because it's meant to be like that. So I don't try to build these with any kind of system. It's just I do try to kind of build it with a little bit of, I guess, not planning, but just some kind of order a bit, but really not. It's just kind of like, I don't know, I just try to work it so that they look somewhat natural. Okay, there we go. So that's kind of, the idea is so that it kind of like feathers off to the edge a little bit. What's this? I can already see you get lost in mass transit DLC in your new city. Oh yeah. Well, that's another thing, is that stuff should come together probably about the time we start getting into that. I don't know. That's the only trouble, is I now almost am kind of, I don't know, obligated, I guess, to wait for that to come in, because it seems like it would be a shame to start a new build and not have that in place, right? So, but you see, also, if I was to start a new build and then that update came and I hadn't, you know, that could create problems of its own in terms of stuff updating, mods updating, or breaking. So, you know, because whenever a big update comes in, stuff gets potentially broken, and it would update the game. So I think makes a lot of sense for us to wait for that update before we go for another build. But hey, you know, in the meanwhile, also you guys say like, oh, you should do another Skylines stream. Well, I have other things I want to play as well. So like, what about like Planet Coaster? I really want to do Planet Coaster. So, you know, that's another thing that I want to get involved in and have that going on. Right, now remember I said I was going to leave this area to do a whole other town there. So I'm just going to expand this side of town a little bit. So Planet Coaster is another thing that I wanted to do. Hold up. Why is there an emergency helicopter going out here? Wait, why is there fire helicopters going out here? Oh, it's right, it's just for there. Trees are on fire. Oh, God. That's okay. Yeah, so like Planet Coaster was something I wanted to do. I wanted to do that for ages, and again, you know, I start doing 2 City Skylines streams. I'm not going to have time to do that. So, you know, that's one thing which was important that I sort of try to do. Right, so we're just leading out some roads here. These roads, again, they're a little bit bigger, so I'm just trying to create a bit more sort of space in the districts. And then this can just kind of really feather off here. I think we will just have another bridge here though as well. I don't think I can build bridges with those small lanes though. Those helicopters are still going at it. Right, there we are. So we're getting more to the edge of this. Now, as much as I might not want to, I'll tell you what. Let's just do a little another dirt track here. This is like community garages here, so they can kind of store stuff. I like the idea of having like a little back road that some of the locals use or something like this. I don't know. Probably be out in a couple of weeks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Planet Coaster. No, I've got it. I played it plenty. I went to a few events for Planet Coaster when it was first coming out, and I know the guys over there quite well at the studio. But yeah, I haven't sort of got to playing that in a kind of full-on kind of way yet. Let's do that with that bridge. Yeah, so, but that's something that will kind of happen. But I wanted to get into Planet Coaster very much, and I just haven't had the time. So if I start trying to do 2 Skyline streams as well as everything else, you can see how straight away that becomes less practical. So, you know, I really need to think about how I spend my time, basically. Right, I want to create like some little roads here which just come around the edge. I'm just creating a very bizarre little road junction right there. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. Love it. The only other thing I want to do is just this. Actually, no, let's go off of here. Again, I'm trying to create like a good amount of space between where the houses are so that I can kind of properly like thin this out. And I'm just going to have like a couple of little roads here which just Come out this way. But again, I don't want them to be... I don't want this stuff to be particularly equidistant. It just should be like, you know... And some of this, you can do this kind of... So, you know, you can do this kind of thing, like do little cul-de-sacs. It's just my way of kind of trying to make it look a bit more sort of natural build rather than constant grids all the time. Which I think always just look not correct. Well, I think they look not correct in the context of how I know towns and villages to feel, you know. What's this? Rural for EU is a lot different from rural in the States. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's another good point. Is like, obviously, when I do my next build, my rural build, it probably will be more EU style than US style, because that's what I know, obviously. Right, let's continue building. So I'm just going to fill in like this whole area. So there's that, and then we're going to fill in this, start getting this. Now we're going to need power over here, obviously. I'm pretty sure if I just put these houses in, we'll get power in there. So this will be a big new part of the town. We might create like some footbridge or something going across here, maybe. I don't think we need road bridges, but we could definitely create like footbridges, perhaps. And again, let's get some houses in on this side as well. There we go. Right, we should get some parks and residential stuff in here as well, so let's just very quickly do that. This episode's running on longer, so I'll try and finish shortly. Let's actually go for a big park. Let's just go for a standard... Where is it? Small playground, which is not small. There's park with trees, which is quite large. Or we could go down the kind of leisure route. Where is like... whatever happened to like football field and all the rest of it? I think these are like right down the end. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, got football field, baseball field. We haven't had a baseball field for ages, so I reckon we'll get that in there. Actually, this will go perfectly right here, look. Right in that space. What else have we got? Got the aqua park fun thing. Let's have a look. Swimming club. Let's get a swimming club in the mix. Love it. There we go. Right, let's check water. Water's good for over here right now. Expand this out a little bit. But we have no water going in this direction, so we should just kind of expand here. So I'm just going to run this out here, and then I think we're just about done, guys. For today, anyway. I can afford to be wasteful with my water line positioning at this point in time. We've got enough money. With 6 million in the bank, I think we can handle it. Right, there we go. Right, so next time we're going to continue filling out more of Escobar Gorge, which has actually become one of probably the biggest districts in the area, because I haven't really seen the need to split it off. So Escobar Gorge is really the major. It's the major kind of like low-level residential part of the city, because it really is pretty huge. It was called Escobar Gorge from obviously a subscriber, but then also because it's kind of like this gorge, this river gorge which goes down here. Although it's not really a gorge, it's just like kind of the river, but I just like the way that as we were coming down through here, it's sort of, you know, it's running down through, and I kind of like that space. Water looting, what about water? What about water? Yeah, water's all good, we're doing fine. Okay. So there we go, guys. I think end of City Skylines 4 today. Everything's looking cool. The only other thing I saw here was like, yeah, look at this, harbour cranes, port cranes. I very much like this. Let's see if we can get this on here. Look, get a couple of port cranes, guys. Make our port look all the more port-like and epic. I love that. Right, let's see how that looks. Oh, that looks good. Looks good. Let's keep that in there. Love it. Doesn't make sense, of course, because they're not on rails, but that's fine. I'm fine with it. Right. Oh, it does have the little bit which goes up and down as well. Cool. Okay, we're done for today, guys. City Skylines. Now, question is, you say, where are we going to put the airport? Well, right here where we had our meteor strike is where we're going to put the airport. You can see we have this huge big area of space. It's absolutely perfect for where we can put an airport. So I think we'll do that next time. What? Is this for real this time? Yeah, it's for real. Yeah, we're finishing now. So yeah, I think you know, the city as usual is looking massive and awesome. It's looking fantastic, considering the potential disasters we could have had. And I touched the wood of my desk before I say this. Considering the disasters we could have had, so far we've not had anything which has been devastatingly powerful. You can see this is probably it may well be the biggest city we've ever made. I think it is nicely large at this point, but it can definitely stand to be even bigger. Well, before my computer will stop loading this file entirely, that is. But it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, if you want to watch more Skylines, I've got 3 full complete playthroughs on my YouTube channel already. So Looting Gaming, go check it out on YouTube. I also have a load of other playthroughs, guys. Actually, Looting Gaming right now has a lot of complete playthroughs. Space Hulk, Last of Us, Alien Isolation, whatever, Pixel Drunk. There's a ton of other playthroughs. So if you want to watch some more, go check it out. Go check out some of the other playthroughs. They're all down below, so you can go and have a look at that. But yeah, the town is coming well together. Look at this. Lastly, Valenio. Valenio, look at your new oil orbs. We never had anything like this before. Look, there's even proper pumping stations. We didn't see this stuff before in the other place. So that's actually cool. We didn't have any of that over there, but this is looking much more interesting. So yeah. Some cool stuff coming in, guys. And as you see, Escobar Gorge continues to expand over here. It's looking very nice. A little bit of rail coming in here, guys, towards the end. A little bit of railway. Off he goes. What's this, Stan? I tried to load your Steam mods for this game. Some don't work, not the same version. Really? They should work, because they're all up to date. Not quite sure what's happening with that. I will investigate that, but it might be that like 1 or 2 have been updated, but that's strange because I'm pretty sure they're all the correct ones. But I will double check it. Anyway, guys, there we go. So that's the end for Skylines for today. Our beautiful city of Aurora continues to expand. Next time we're going to try and get our airport happening, which will be obviously down here. This will be a good location for the airport. And the reason being is we have 2 major hubs that we can build off of. We also have an existing metro system which we can branch. So there'll be multiple things going on with that. So we can tap into our metro system to bring it out there. We also have this big roundabout, so we don't have to worry about this road right here. We could obviously just build one junction off of here. We'll probably discuss next time what's going to be the best thing to do. Do we create a new junction here, or do we create just like a subsidiary road off of this roundabout? Because we have a road junction which exists already at the Cloverleaf junction, right? We have this already right here, okay? So why not just make the traffic go into this junction, go down to this roundabout over here? I thought the donut mall was like destroyed for half a second, but it's actually just, no, it's pink on this side. So anyway, whatever. By the way, look, our little business park looks extremely popular with the guys here. So this is nice. This whole area is actually looking really, really cool. A little bit of traffic build up here, but it's nothing too bad, I don't think. But yeah. So my point is that a roundabout we can just build a 6-lane road on and off of. So it might actually be better to do that, just a 6-lane road in and out of the airport off of that roundabout than do anything else. Because otherwise, if we start messing around with this junction, it's going to get real complicated real fast. The only other thing that we could do with this section right here is maybe what we do is we utilize this roundabout which already exists, and we create another junction off of this roundabout which goes underground under the road, comes up over here, runs down to connect to that other one. So that's the only other thing we could do there, is create that. But it could add a huge amount more traffic to this junction section right here, and we might be better off, like I say, to just, I mean, you've got a full highway here. You've got a full highway, you've got a full highway roundabout. It should be plenty of traffic to handle that. So I think it should be absolutely fine. Anyway, there we are, that's it. That's the end for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time for a bit more City Skylines. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. See you down.